Yo, what's going on YouTube? Apoxy here, and welcome to the 4th episode for the Fallout New Vegas Ultimate Modding Guide. This series is dedicated toward those of you who want the best and most stable modded games. In this series, we'll walk you through step by step on how to achieve this goal. In this video, we'll be discussing Fallout New Vegas 4GB Enabler and why you should use it, especially while modding your game. Now, before I dig into this episode, I'd like to take a look back at the previous episodes in the series in case you missed them. In the preparation episode for this series, we covered how to do a full fresh install for your game so no junk files were left behind to cause problems with your game in the future clean install. In the first episode for this series, it was the battle between Nexus Mod Manager and Mod Organizer, and within that video we went over the installation along with both the benefits and cons that went along with each option. In the second episode, we talked about what NVSE is and why it should matter to you if you plan on modding your game at all. In the previous and third installment for this series, we went over how to install New Vegas Script Extender. Now we're here, with the 4th episode in this series, and discussing why installing Fallout New Vegas 4GB is in your best interest, especially when modding your game. But without further ado, let's get right into this episode. Alright, so I see this question quite often, and it's usually from people that are new to modding and that have never used Fallout New Vegas 4GB before, but I've also seen this question from people that actually use Fallout New Vegas 4GB, which is actually quite odd. It's quite odd that people would actually use something without figuring out what it is and what it does to your game, and if you don't know what something is and you don't know what it does, why do you have it installed? So that is why I'm making this video. I just wanted to kind of address to all of you what Fallout New Vegas 4GB is and what it's actually going to do for you, and also what it's going to allow you to do modding wise. So basically, Fallout New Vegas 4GB is a tool to load Fallout New Vegas with the large address aware executable flag set so the entire 4GB virtual memory address space can be used by the game. So I believe Fallout New Vegas uses 2GB normally for the virtual memory address space, and this isn't RAM, by the way. This is not RAM that I'm talking about. So basically this is useful for when using lots of mods and texture packs and so on. So basically what this is if you don't know what virtual memory space is, it's basically a feature on the operating system that allows a computer to compensate for shortages of physical memory by temporarily transferring pages of data from the random access memory to disk storage. So what it's actually doing is taking some of the shortage or like the limitations from the RAM, like the physical actual memory, and it's transferring it over to actual disk storage. So it's allowing 4GB of real disk storage. So like for example a hard drive, it's taking 4GB of that and allowing the RAM to use that so that it can continue and keep up with what it's actually doing. So it's allowing the operating system to actually use a certain amount. And I believe 4GB is actually the max on all operating systems. I could be wrong, but I believe 4GB is actually the max. And what I believe is Fallout New Vegas normally uses 2GB of that. So basically what this is doing is it's allowing your game to actually keep up with all the mods and texture packs and everything that you're adding to the game, because the game is not normally using all of these extra resources and needing to use all these extra resources because all the mods you've installed, the texture packs, it wasn't built in the first place to actually allow all of that. And this is basically taking a little bit of a limitation off and allowing you to use all those mods and texture packs without having to crash every 5 seconds. And it's basically just going to allow your game to be a little bit more stable, and it's not going to make you actually have to strangle your game to actually be able to get things to run normally. So you're actually going to be able to install more mods and texture packs, higher res texture packs and everything like that, and actually be able to run it properly. Now, obviously this is not going to allow someone with like a really old graphics card to run the game better or anything like that, but it's going to basically make everything a little bit more stable, and it's going to be able to actually keep up with all the mods and texture packs, and it's not going to be stuttering as much, and it's also not going to have like objects popping up in front of you because the game can't keep up anymore because of all these trees that you've installed into your game. So basically that is what it does. It allows the game to use the full capabilities of this operating system feature, so you can use 4GB rather than, like I said, I believe it's 2GB. I could be completely wrong, but I believe it is indeed 2GB that Fallout New Vegas normally uses. That's basically it. So before I end off this video, I'd like to ask you all another quick question for you to answer down in the lovely comment section below. What mod would you like to see me showcase next on my channel? Let me know down in that lovely comment section below. And your comment might just be featured in one of my future videos. However, that is sadly the end of this video. Thank you all for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, it would be super greatly appreciated if you could smack that like button down below and subscribe to join the good fight. Also, if you would like to check out more of my content, here are 2 videos on screen right now that you may have missed. On the left is a news update about the Fallout 4 leak that was caused due to an NDA breach by a contract 3D artist who put Fallout 4 cinematic trailer as a part of his portfolio, and it actually caused the company to actually go into lockdown mode. And on the right is the full playlist for the series, so you can catch up on all the missed episodes. With that said, guys, my name is Epoxy, and as always, don't forget to stay sexy and stay gaming. I'm out. Peace.